Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday, guys. How was everyone on the other side? If you heard me, congrats. We got life this morning. I hope all is well. All right. Let's get to it, man. Shout out to DC. DC, I locked in on the reverse method. Something that I do every month. All right. I use the first drawing for midday, the second drawing for night. I kind of rearranged the numbers, and this is what we came back with: 686, pretty much the same number that came out. Um, and our was it? Let's see. Yeah, it came out in our evening drawing, so maybe it'll come back 686. Who knows? If you choose to keep it in, keep it in. Go ahead and rock with it, and don't forget. Sometimes you could use the numbers, up and down, slanted across. But I like 686 for the rest of the month for DC. All right, guys. As we know, yesterday was kind of like a tragic day. All right, it was tragic. Angie Stone, guys, y'all remember her? Songwriter, mother, singer. A lot of songs. Of course, we know she was involved in a car crash. So rest in peace, Sister Angie Stone. All right, yesterday, Brother Tank Davis looked like something might have caught up with him, but he got spared just a little bit. All right, so hey man, March 1st coming in with a bang. Tank, I don't know. He said that he might reconsidering retiring. Hey man, like I said, I didn't know too much about Roach, but I kind of like went for him. I went for him. It was just something about his demeanor. Sometimes guys, it's not the one with the loudest bark. Those two guys, they know each other very well. But it was just something about Roach, man. I was like, something. I think if Roach, could just go the distance with Tank without, getting caught, I think he, probably would have came out a winner. All right, but I'm sure it's a rematch involved. But people not understanding, man. Once you touch that canvas, man, what's going on, refs? What is going on? Then Tank said, something got in his eyes, some grease from his braids, as he walked in the corner. Like, bro, I mean, hey man, it's just this new boxing like everything else, man. That's why I don't really get into boxing no more. You know, not man. I mean, since the Mike Tyson days, and uh, let's see, Bud Crawford. I liked him. I told everybody, man, I think he want to wash Earl Spence up, and of course he did. So, yeah, man, March 1st just was a day to remember. Then we got Ramadan, it's here, guys, and it's something that I touched on maybe 3 weeks ago, and I'm hoping, guys, and like I always mention, guys, I don't get on no platforms, bringing down religion, guys, because we are not perfect, but in the nation's capital, and throughout your years of coming up, being around, certain individuals, man. I'm gonna just tell you, Muslims are looked up to on a higher level than Christians. All right, that's what I noticed, right? And the reason, with that being said that way, because, like I said, guys, coming up in my days, like in the late '90s, coming up knowing a lot of Muslims, even going to school, their instructions, man, of living life is just much harder. All right, I mean, far as with the eating pork, and I'm talking about those, like in the late '90s. The mothers raised their children, during the '80s. I'm talking about the Muslim mothers and fathers that my friends, their parents. I'm talking about those, the ones that I was talking about 2 weeks ago. We know about the Christians. We know about the Juanita Bynums, and I'm gonna teach you Bible lessons. I'm gonna teach you the right way how to pray for 1500. I always thought praying was praying. You read the Bible, you praying. I didn't know it was a different prayer that you could unlock a voice that Jesus can hear you much better. So we know about those. We know about the Jamal Bryants, man. We know about the rest in peace Bishop Eddie Long. We know about those. So that's no surprise when we hear that some of the Christian leaders fall. We know about them. We know about Pastor down in Texas, Joel, whatever his name. We know about them. We know about pastors when what happened down there in Texas when I think all the water came and the man just declined not to even open up his church. A church of God supposed to be open for those in need. We know about how he declined them from not coming into his church for shelter. We know about them. But we talking about the Muslims, man, like the ones who say, tell us about pork. And I mean, pork is bad. We know that, guys. But my difference is, and this is for the new generation because there's a lot of them, on TikTok, and I'm going to send this out. I'm talking about a lot of young ones, young Muslims, man, 25, 27 years old. It seems like it's a problem in their community because they're telling you off the break, it's Ramadan and we don't want to hear nothing about what y'all are saying about our outfits and how tight our... But if something is wrong, guys, maybe the whole world is looking at you to a higher standard. If you got to keep getting on social media, something that you shouldn't be doing as a Muslim, something got to be wrong if you want to, determine to elaborate on it. So my thing is, as a Muslim, again, got Muslim brothers, and we all know how, they get introduced into the Islamic world, man. Some of them go to jail, and it's not a bad thing. Some of them decide to convert. Some of them come home. They introduce their wives into it. They introduce the average young lady into it. They share the knowledge with them. Then the young lady, she want to take it, and she want to, kind of tweak it the way she want to tweak it. A sister Astoria, y'all go to her page. Sister Astoria, the real Astoria, go to her page on YouTube. She just talked about that. How they wear their outfits super tight. Back in my days, seeing an average Muslim mother covered up, baggy clothes, can't see her face. Now you see the average Muslim young sister, it's like she's going to a club. Like, which one is it going to be, guys? That's what the world is looking at. So it's like, stay away from the pork. But during Ramadan, after you fast, and I see some of them, you can go online, sitting on the internet gossiping. Once again, I see some of them right on the internet as a Muslim, not even before Ramadan start, as a Muslim, drinking alcohol. Lights went out, guys, good. I could see some of them on the internet as a Muslim, cussing, talking, doing everything under the sun. So that's why the world is pretty much confused. I mean, I'm not confused because I know what's going on. I'm not confused because I know what's going on. And just like a brother said, he said before Ramadan, he said, it does you no good to partake in it if you haven't cleansed yourself maybe 40 days prior to Ramadan. He said you still will be forgiven, but if yesterday was the first, if you just decided that you wanted to stop smoking pack or stop drinking on February the 28th, he said, man, that is a problem. And he said he just hope and wish that y'all get it together. You can go on TikTok. TikTok got the whole Muslim community just lit up, and it's a beautiful thing. Don't get it wrong. But if somebody, every Ramadan, you got to just keep getting up here announcing it, saying, and I hope y'all don't put the spotlight on us, and something got to be wrong. That means you're doing something wrong, and it's not everyone. I ride past a masjid every single day. I even posted maybe a month ago, like, guys, you got to get back on your deen. And again, I'm not the perfectest person walking, and I don't get up here acting like I am. But man, hopefully, man, Everybody can get it together as a whole. You don't have to be Muslim to partake in this. You don't have to be Muslim. You could fast. I always say this, man. It's a new month, guys. If we trying to break old habits, you can do it. You know, even with me, even with lottery, man. Look, if we can break this stuff, we can break it. I get tired of it. Maybe I will be fasting 45 days, man. You know, not to keep talking about lottery. I need it too. So you don't have to be Muslim to partake in it. But I have seen it. I constantly see it. Today is the 2nd. Sun up, sun down. You will see one probably later on. Out here on the corner, rolling up a J of weed. Which one is it going to be? You're just confusing the world. That's all I'm saying. That's all many other people are saying. Folks hold Muslims to a higher standard, man. And it has always been like that. They're well educated. But then you got some of them that be confused. Of course, you know, guys, I'm in a city. A good brother named Shay. You know, he sells the Muslim oils. Me and him was in there talking. I was buying some oils. This was like 2 years ago. Brother came in the store off of 7th Street. He was like, brother, I need some money. And one thing about the Muslims, if you're in the need, they're going to give it to you. Brother Sheikh asked him, man, what you doing with yourself, man? He was like, man, I ain't doing nothing. His nose running. Brother looking at him. One brother, you know, just totally just jumped on him, man. He was like, man, that's Satan. And they just got into it, you know. So I stepped out the store. So they gave him some money, and the brother, he was kind of like in bad need. He was like, man, I just need some eggs, you know, I'm gonna buy some butter, and, you know, something like that. So the brother say, hey, look, man, you got to get it together, bro. We know what you're doing. You know we know what you're doing. You know, you out there playing around with that drug, you know. So that's all I'm saying. They're looked at on a higher standard. And like I say, with the new days now, you got a lot of guys coming home. They throwing it on the young ladies. The young ladies, they taking it. You know, they taking it. It sounds good to them. I got plenty. I know plenty. You know, say they don't eat pork. The minute their husband turn their back or their boyfriend turn their back, they want to have a nice pepperoni pizza. Like, which one is it going to be, guys? You can't play around with this stuff. You can't play around with it. People are watching you. I just said this maybe a month ago. So with that being said, man, everybody have a beautiful day, man. Day 2, let's rock and roll, man. Do something. Do something. You know what's going on. Do something. Gotta do something, man. It's early in the morning, too. Do something. Hey, Tank, you gotta get it together. I think Brother Tank, he's Muslim. Right? If I'm not wrong. So get it together, man. So with that being said, beautiful souls, everybody have a good day. Leave something in the comments, man. Shout out to DC. Peace out. I'm gone.